he does. But I mean, Axel can do similar things, right? I mean, he has the range to do so, but you got to get that space first, and Sasori has already cut it off. Ooh, and then base the burst. This is a disaster of a start for Popotino.
I don't know if Popotino had a break after his match, which was well deserved because he won. But did he not see what Sasori did to a Ram player? Like, Ram's got mobility and range. Did Sasori care? They got in anyway. I don't know about this pick, but we'll see. It makes sense on paper, right? And if you're hitting dust, anything's possible. Make your dreams come true.
Oh my goodness, the charge does putting her into Guts range. Oh, but the dash in again, and Sasori is relentless with that. That's what we saw in his first round match, just constantly IADing in.
Yeah, once Sasori's in mid-range, there's something happening, whether it be IAD straight in there, whether it be 2D, you can try backdash your normals, you're gonna get grabbed like...
Oh, and he just test him that time. You wanna get into this negative frame scenario? How about a DP, upper body invo? Great reward on her. Jump H will stop, stem the bleeding for just a second. Sasori has the corner, but quickly has lost it. Again, that IAD, man, is just so fast. If you're not looking for it, if you're not trying to anti-air it, then she just gets in, bullies her way to another W. And I mean, you mentioned it, Ram Lethal, range, mobility, couldn't keep Sasori out, and right now Popotino starting with the Axel to do just that, and it did not accomplish that mission.
I think Popotino needs to remember, I gave him the title Wopotino because of his win ratio. That's not going to help it. Like, pick your main squeeze, man. Pick your soul, get your main chicken. It's got all the seasoning, KFC style. Go get your chicken, right? Then if it doesn't work, maybe think about the Axel pick. There we go.
That's what I want to see. Cook it up extra crispy for me, bro. Popotino has always been the soul, right? He's always been one of these souls. It's such a good character for him. He just his style in general, right? We talk about how wild aggressive he is. Axel doesn't really lend himself to that. I think this is the one that really gels with him as a player more. And I mean, there's really no reason not to pick this character. I know he could struggle in certain matchups like that Axel, but I mean, he's still just so good, and every matchup is winnable for him.
For sure. And I think there's a big thing to be said about Guilty Gear in terms of matchups and player matchups. Sometimes you can counterpick with a character, but if the play is clean, that's not going to make a difference because they're going to know their bad matchups inside out. So being able to play like a bad matchup not optimally is worse than picking your main that's a bad matchup. Ooh, that's a bad burst. Talking about bad stuff, that's a terrible burst because you're going to lose for that one.
Yeah, definitely good stuff to Popotino because not only does he seal this round, but you see how far away Sasori is on building that burst back. So yeah, I gotta fight it out honest in this round to hopefully get to the next one. You're kidding me! The 2D clash on the DP and he just DP'd again? I'm not okay with that. I am not okay with that, bruh. Like, for real.
I'm calling time. Either he's a serial masher or he's so veteran that he just OS's his DPs with DPs just in case they clash.
I am offended. I would like a letter of apology. I was not prepared. I did not consent to see this type of thing. I don't even know, bro.
Double tapping. We'll just say it's that, yeah?
Yeah, it was definitely some double tap nonsense, bro. Trying to make sure she's dead for sure. But Sasori found her footing back again, and the wall's break is gonna be there. Great stuff to use the air super as well to make sure you get the advantage on the wall break.
Yeah, you're gonna want as many knockdown frames as possible after getting DP clash DP. You're gonna want as much time to think about your approach as possible. 2D whiffing, again whiffs, backdash into 5S, that was sick!
Ooh, Sasori with a clean whiff punish, and man, this fella right here came to play today. We mentioned him. Not as much tournament experience as somebody like a Popotino, but he's been showing out in Strive a little bit. You mentioned he's been entering ICFC and the various EU tournaments. And I mean, he's coming here to play right now. 2-0 lead again. And that's how he started the mix set as well, right? 2-0 over Mick. We saw him bring it back to force a game 5. Popotino's gonna need to do the same thing.
Yeah, like Sasori is making everyone on Twitter look like they don't know what they're talking about. Beating a soul, beating a Ram. What do we need next? Bro. A main chip? Like.
Yeah, and with Giovanna, right, which I think this character I feel like is what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like a lot of people are split on their opinion of her right now. I feel like a lot of people think that she's pretty good, and a lot of people think that she's kind of lackluster. And I really haven't seen one way or the other to give a definitive opinion, but right now Sasori is making her look extremely good.
Yeah, and I for sure before the Leo trailer came out, I was gonna play Geo. The name sounds similar, and she's just cool. Like she reminds me of like an anime version of Cammy. Right now, she's looking like a cadaver because she's almost dead, and this is what Soul does.
Ooh, and that's what we saw in that first set too. The opponent was able to adjust the Sasori style, get used to the pace that he's pushing, able to get some W's after those 2 games, but we'll see if that continues the tail right now. Quick burst from Popotino, wants to make sure that Sasori doesn't get the momentum he's been looking for.
Yeah,
nice.
Oh my
That's what we talked about, right? The 6S, very good against Giovanna usually.
Yeah, very good counterpart. And the 2D from the max range, just the tip. And here we go, more buttons is getting pressed, but Popotino does get out.
Oh, the PRC at the last second actually baits and punishes the burst with it.
My hands are together, hoping that got replay, because that was gas. That was super sick. Another DP, not the turned range. He said, look, this is my game plan. You can't stop me from running it unless you call the doggy.
Bro, we talk about that, bro. If you haven't seen the hitbox viewer on that one, it is quite something. All hitbox, barely in our hitbox, but you're hurting right now. The charge does from Popotino. Whole lot of damage to Sasori holding on to the burst as well. He built it back in the middle of that combo, and he gets the gold version. That is the ideal scenario here.
Yeah, not only for the Mia, obviously Geo gets extra boost, and Sasori with the extra clean hit confirm breaks the window, goes downtown in the canyon. This comeback is definitely on the table.
It was the last hit of Far S at the super. It's like, that's Sasori. That was so wild. Oh my goodness, he just presses the 5H, baits the burst. He's gonna be able to get the kill here, but he drops the combo, has the PRC to keep the pressure up for now. Popotino, no meter to his name. My goodness, does have a Far S to his name though. Gets the combo, Bandit Revolver for the knockdown, backdash for now. YRC does connect, doesn't punish, and of course, if you don't punish the first one, the second one is always coming back. Popotino staying alive in this set.
The classic frame trap strikes once again. My DP's plus and whiff. So bad guy. Not so reasonable guy. He's bad. No. What he does is bad. He does whiff DP to make you react. Unfortunately, Sasori went for a dash, probably wanted a close S, which is reasonable, but at that point, he didn't need that much damage. He just needed the clip. But Popotino, been around, he knows how to trigger opponents into doing stuff. And it's a reasonable response, right? To do something after a whiff DP, but that wasn't the right one.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people have been plagued by, right? People have been calling for, give me more whiff recovery on DPs, man. Give it to me, please. We heard Jayuna calling for it on the Asia region earlier. But, I mean, that's exactly why. If you're not ready with a precise punish at the exact moment he whiffs, you're just going to get DP'd. And right there, Popotino again bullying with this S-Volcanic Viper.
Yeah, it's such a tool. And like you said, it's plaguing everyone's dreams, man. Just completely nightmare fuel inducing. Right now, the corner pressure, risk is getting racked up, jump H, pinning Geo down, headbutts, and this is what Popotino could have been doing in the first round if it wasn't for the Axel pick, but better late than never. And even find out the corner, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, good stuff from Sasori, holding on to the burst for the next round. And yeah, I mean, to end that next game too, we haven't been bringing it up. Sasori actually had the tension and the hit to kill. He just ended up dropping the combo. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely got to be, hopefully just out of his mind entirely, right? It was still kind of lingering. That would be bad. Right now, another great 2D. Seen him utilize that super well. DP anti-air.
The fundies. That's dead, right?
Yeah. Especially with that super wall break, lands perfectly all the way through, and now set point once again off that perfect.
Fundamentals coming into play. Very clean anti-airs, very solid approach to holding the corner against a character with a DP and really fast buttons, but he can't stand block. All the early burst makes sense because we're going to lose a lot of damage, but the 2D is not going to work against Far S.
Yeah. Oh, he did it again, and it actually hit a button too. What in the world, Popotino? It's like that, bro? That's how we feel right now? He's just doing these setups into like charged dust as you wake up. You know,
Ringe.
I don't know what to say.
He hit him. Popotino got the dust and went, I see a weakness. I'm gonna do it again. That's all he's done, right? It's so just like sound in reasoning. It's like, oh, this hits you. You can't block this? Cool. I'll just keep doing this then. You can't punish my SDP? Cool. I'm just gonna SDP. Like, it's so fundamentally sound the way that Popotino plays, and it looks very frustrating because he exploits something you're weak in, and it can't make you feel good fighting against it. The mental stack is just draining second by second.
My goodness, like, yeah, the mental damage these hits are doing, as you mentioned, right? It's not just him winning rounds or winning games, it's how he's doing it. Number one, again, we saw Sasori, he had the not the tournament, but the set winning combo, dropped it. He ended up getting a charged dust like back to back in the next game afterwards. We've seen the SDPs, like, yeah, just, man, Sasori. This did happen in his first set though. Let's not forget, he went up 2-0. His opponent brought it back 2-2, but he still managed to close it.
Yeah, the clutch factor is definitely something Sasori does have in the back pocket. Right now, though, so in all of these pockets, the front, back, side ones, he's got damage and a sliver of health for Sasori here. I don't know. Yeah, just 6S. Such a sick poke. Very hard to get around. And I don't even know if anyone can low profile it. It's just a sick button in general.
Yeah, indeed. I think it blows up. Oh, my goodness. I was going to say, I think it blows up Stroke the Big Tree. And just in general, the low profile moves, but a great Night Ray Vortex. Ooh, but yeah, that 4S has been paying so much dividends for Sasori. He needs to make something happen now. Popotino did spin his burst, so any hit here is going to be a lot of momentum.
Yeah, backs away from the fire risk, but no whiff punish, but the jaw has been spun. Counter hit, RC trying to get as much damage. Very late burst, but you know what? The momentum is all that matters. Wake up 5K. Wow. No regards. This is no accountability gameplay.